white people adopt black children? It's a real question for me.
Hi people, thank you so much for stopping by. If you're coming across my channel for the very first time, thank you so much. Please consider subscribing. To my returning subscribers, thank you so much for your support and I hope we are all doing fine. So in our today's video is from our previous conversation of a woman asking why white people love to adopt black children, where a lot of people stitched her video. One of the people who responded was this man.
Why do white people adopt black children?
I got a question. Why are there so many black children that need to be adopted? My second question is, why do you care who adopts them and what color they are as long as they love that child and raise them right? And lastly, I see color. I see color. But when I see a little baby, I don't go, oh, look at that little white baby or look at that little black baby. These are babies. They haven't been filled with ignorance yet. Let them babies be babies and grow up to be good people.
His response seemed to have triggered the internet, especially the black community, because of this question, why there are so many black children that need to be adopted. So I will just let the stitches play. At the end of the stitches, I will leave my own comments. And please keep it in mind that this channel does not support any form of harassment, bullying. We only share information for education purposes. So let's jump into the video.
Why do white people adopt black children?
I got a question. Why are there so many black children that need to be adopted?
There's a funny thing about this because the question is that question actually answers itself, and the answer a lot of people won't like, a lot of people won't agree with, a lot of people won't understand. And to understand what I mean, you have to go by the reasons why those children are in foster care in the first place, the reasons that led to them being put up for adoption, and the reasons all across the board. The same white mothers and black mothers, they don't have the same reasons. There are a lot of reasons that they share, but there are a lot of reasons that the reasons black mothers put up their children for adoption or children are put for adoption don't apply to white mothers or white children. And I'm just going to give you some of the reasons. We don't have time to show them all, but I'll just give you some of them that kind of gets to the point. Financial status. Which race, white or black, is more than likely to have issues in financial status in our society? White or black? Black. Therefore, that's what leaves a young mother or a mother at all to have to feel the need to and to have to the necessity to give up their child for adoption so that they can have a better chance at life. We all know that white people dominate the planet as far as economics. Blacks only make a fraction of what whites make on the entire planet. Therefore, that leads up to a black woman or person more than likely going to give up their child for adoption because of financial status. There is death. Death is the reason why children are put up for adoption, a major reason. However, the deaths aren't equal as far as, like, for instance, black people are more than likely to die from a lot more diseases, have a lot more health risks than white people because they're black. There are a lot of health reasons that African Americans or blacks around the globe will fall victim of more than whites will. So the answer is because they're black. Let's not forget AIDS, HIV, diseases like this. They affect the black community more than any other race on earth. 2001, just 2001, 40% of all new HIV diagnoses were of African Americans because they're black. And this one right here, this one is one that gets me the most because this one right here, incarceration. Which one of the two races are more than likely to be incarcerated, leaving their children orphaned, especially if they are raised in a single parent home, which is more than likely going to happen in a black community, in a black family, to be raised by a single parent because they're black. When it comes to being sentenced, our court system, our justice system, more whites are given more opportunities not to serve time than blacks. So incarceration is one. Both parents or the one parent that's raising these children, when there are no other family members to take care of them, and those parents go to jail or prison, incarceration, because they're black. When it comes to children in the foster system and getting adopted, which child gets adopted more than likely? 50% white, only 25% of black children are adopted. That means that black children remain in the system longer than any other race of children in the system on this planet. They will experience more frequent moving from home to home than any other children. With all that being said, almost all of the reasons, the majority of the reasons why children end up in the foster system in the first place is because they are black, because their parents were black. Now think about, flip it over to white. How many of those reasons would apply to a white person giving up their child? Which one of those reasons would be because they're white? Almost none. So when it comes to asking why are there so many black children needing to be adopted? Well, the answer is because they're black. The question answers itself. You want to know what another reason is?
I see color. I see color.
So unfortunately, that is also a reason. When we stop seeing color, we will stop seeing this. When will it happen? More than likely, never. Black people, the black race, is the only race on the entire globe to be considered the lesser of all races. That is a fact. The reason why the question is why there's so many black children need to be adopted. This is the world that you created for those black children. This is the way it will more than likely always be.
Why do white people adopt black children? It's a real question for me. Why do...
I feel like a lot of white people are missing the boat here. Instead of just being so quick to call a black person racist, why not watch the whole video and understand what they're trying to say? Basically, all she was saying was that if you're black and you're in a household that's not regarding your race, then you're not going to be prepared for what's to come in the real world. But instead of just giving that point some consideration, you guys just hurry up and make TikToks to try to call a black person racist. Y'all take every opportunity to do that when there's far more racism towards black people than from black people. I don't have anything against white people adopting black babies, but all I'm saying is if you're telling that kid to disregard their race, then you're setting them up for failure because the rest of the world's going to regard their race. You're not even taking it upon yourself to consider what she's trying to say. I don't think that's quite fair. I'm definitely going to take her side on this one. Y'all need to really learn to listen. Don't just be quick to attack a black person and say they're racist.
I got a question. Why are there so many black children that need to be adopted?
Because of white people and white saviorism. The child welfare industry in the United States is built off of systemic oppression. Our own government recognizes that racism and bias plays a huge role in why there are so many black and indigenous children in the system. And it's not white people adopting that's the problem. It's ignorant white people adopting who are unwilling to learn about their child's culture.
white people adopt black children?
I got a question. Why are there so many black children that need to be adopted?
So we're just going to forget the history of white people and what they did to black people systematically and how it still affects us to this day. Yeah, we're not going to talk about the war on drugs and how that broke down the black nuclear family so that black men were arrested and black women were the backbone of the black community solely. Well, also we're going to forget the pattern of white people adopting black babies and then killing them and themselves. Now, I don't know why, but it's a pattern and you can figure that out. And she was just asking a question and you gave a stupid answer.
Well, this video really went viral. 5.2 million views. 81,600 comments. Wow. Anyway, guys, I would really love to hear from you. What is your opinion as well? Because it's so funny how blacks are failing to answer his question. Even whites are failing to answer our question. Let's answer the questions that these people are asking. To me, Both him and her, they've got genuine questions. Let's respond. To avoid such incidences, back in the day, they wouldn't allow interracial adoption to avoid such incidences. Anyway, it's important to note that decision to adopt a child is a personal one. Some individuals have had a positive experience with African American culture or African American family and friend, leading them to adopt a black child. All this drama is not even necessary. They would have just answered the question, both from him and her. Maybe they felt attacked with the way she came out, and blacks are also feeling attacked because of his question. But all in all, we have to answer both questions. It amazes me how everyone goes so triggered from both sides. I would really love to hear from you. Kindly share your thoughts in the comment section below. Thank you so much guys for being part of this conversation. Please subscribe, like and share this video.